Hello, everyone. Welcome to our new series. I hope you all enjoyed Understanding the Matrix, five-part series. If you haven't seen them yet, just look up my channel and just watch the 5 episodes. I know it's not all encompassing, but I've tried to make it accessible for a lot of people, which means that I can't go into detail of everything. And there's also a learning curve with all this alternative media stuff, and there's a lot of stuff that's just coming to you from all sides. And the truth is, you need to do some of your own research, and I didn't want to just lay it all out in front of you because everybody's got to do their due diligence. So welcome to the second series is called um, changing your perspective. And now that we understand how the matrix works in general, because there are many things I could go deeper into, which I won't at this point, and I haven't in the first series, but there are some things you can understand more easily now if you've digested the first series. Okay, so part one is you. And as the title Wyck um, explains what you could know. It's all about you. However, you is a very relative term because when somebody asks me, um, who are you? Then usually they want to know what you do. You know, some people say, "Oh, I'm a stockbroker," or I am in management," but that's not who you are. That's what you do, and what you do, and the things you like, and your hobbies and your work and your family. That's not who you are. That's the experiences you have and the things you do. Those are the things that are closely related to the matrix that we're working in. And you have to be in contact with that 3D reality where we are. But it is not who you are. You are part of the source. So you're projected here on this planet as an individual being, but actually you're part of the collective consciousness. See our previous series um, with Understanding the Matrix. I think it was part 3, collective consciousness. Yes, that's not just something that we use; it's something that we are. So we project ourselves into this reality, and then we get this avatar called a body, and we use that to navigate these realms. But in fact, we all come from the same energy, and this is why we need to learn our lessons here on this earth, because all the experiences that we have, the experiences that we accumulate, we put them out into the collective consciousness. But when you return to the source energy, you have um, you have in your possession all these things, because it's not you anymore. It's more like an it. So all you I'm not going to go into the gender thing here because that's way off track. But generally speaking, there is no in the collective consciousness. There is no she or he, or there's not even I. There's not even you. It's just one big blob of energy. And of course, we can still project ourselves because things work according to what we think it should be like. And that's the matrix. So it's not that we are living in a matrix and outside of the matrix there's nothing. No, there's just as much matrix as there is here. But you, if you were to go into virtual reality, with the whole metaverse and stuff like that, you'd be going into an avatar within your avatar. So you're actually projecting yourself here, like in a metaverse, and then you would let your projection project someone in the metaverse. That is just getting yourself way deeper into the problem, because it's not solving anything for you, because then you're not learning the lessons, because you're going deeper into it. You're going further away from what you're supposed to do here. You're already projected. You need to get your stuff together so you can go back to the source energy. So if you were to go into another projection, that would make things so weird, and you would actually say goodbye to this reality and all of the things you're supposed to do here. So forget that. Just live your life as it is, and do your experience. Get your experiences here, because you need that in the general collective consciousness. That's what you're here for. But the important thing is to know that you are not just you. How do you see this in your daily reality? Well, because you create your own reality, that would make sense if you look around you. And this is a very hard thing to swallow, because most people have types of behavior they see in other people of whereof they would say, that's not good. You shouldn't behave like that. But it's actually a projection of something that you're thinking, or maybe that you are projecting. So you get fed what you radiate. So for example, if you're having a bad mood and you have no idea why, there's no apparent reason that you have a bad mood, you would not even recognize it. However, you would see people around you in bad moods. You're thinking, wow, these people are off base today. Well, it's actually you. And then because you are feeling that way, you're projecting that out into the world, and that's exactly what you get. So one of the things you need to do is radiate whatever you want to see. Some people would call that positive thinking. Yeah, I don't know if that covers it all. I don't know if that's covers the whole load of projecting yourself positively, because you can think positive, you can try to think positively, but if it's not in your heart for some reason, then it won't work. Then you're still projecting whatever it is you don't want to see, and what you think you don't want to see, because that's also a very relative thing. If you want to see good things around you in your life, you may think that you want to see that, and when you don't, it kind of gets you down. But it's that duality that you need to learn on this planet. That is the stuff. The duality gives you the situations in which you learn things, and that's what you bring back to the collective. That's why you're here. So you are not working here for you, you're working for it. And that's a good thing, because when you go back to the collective consciousness, you have all the benefits of everything you've learned, but also the benefits of everything people around you have learned. So even if you run into people that seem to push the wrong buttons with you, try to see your own projections in that when they're not there. If you can really say they're not there, most of the time they are. But if they're really not there, then you have to think, all right, this person is trying to get some experiences. And when he gets it, we will all benefit from this. So that's what you're supposed to do. And many people still think they have to do big things, that they have to be famous, or they need to make a significant difference in this realm to be remembered. But it's not important to be remembered. What you need to do, your task here, is to work on you. Because when you radiate the right energy, then everything around you will change. So if many people do that, and you see that happening around the world now, everywhere, because, well, we're constantly presented by governments and officials and what have you, I don't know, big companies, that we're constantly pushed into a direction where obviously we as humans do not want to go. So that's a kind of a weird thing. So when you understand that all of that doesn't matter, it matters what you do for you. And when you create this parameter around you, things start to change and people start to pick that up. You see that now. We're being confronted with all this weird stuff, and, well, basically humanity is not having it. So that's why they are picking up things to do differently. One of the things that was fantastically, that made me really shine today, because I've been thinking about this for years, and I can totally imagine it, how that would be something, how the world could operate. And people were always telling me, "You're crazy, man. That's never going to happen. People are not even going to think about it." But today, I learned that in Congress, the Republicans actually made a bill to completely abolish the IRS and completely destroying income tax. Now, I've been thinking about this for years as a good idea, because I don't understand the whole income tax thing. I understand the taxes on the things you use. If you use things up from the earth, I understand that, that could be taxed. Still, you could also debate that, because are we really going to run out, or do we have alternatives? And I think there are many alternatives, but let's put that aside for a minute. But if you have a deal with someone, I'll do this for you, or I'll provide you with that, and you give me this amount of money or services in return. And then a third party shows up and holds out his hands and go, "Where's my part? Wait a minute, what did you do?" "No, I'm just here, collecting stuff for the common good." What common good? Where are you going to spend it on? Well, I'm not going to tell you that. So that idea of taxation, that just didn't fit into my head. So I thought about a world without an IRS for many years. And today somebody made me aware of the Republicans putting up a bill abolishing the IRS. And I thought, all right, so now the idea is out into the world. And still there are going to be many people that are going to say, this is never going to work, because what are you going to do without an IRS? I can totally picture it. Just try picturing it. And that's something about changing perspective. This is not something that just came out of nothing. There's probably been people thinking about what can I do? How can I make my world better? And for some reason that resulted in putting up a bill abolishing the IRS. I think it's fantastic. It's a fantastic idea. They should do it everywhere because millions just disappear in my country, the Netherlands. Billions just disappear, and then the IRS is just bothering civilians for a couple of thousand. It's just unbelievable. So I can totally picture it. So picturing how the world could actually turn into great things. And it's not that you have to do that per se, but thinking about it and putting that thought into the world, if enough people do it, then at some point, some official or somebody that actually has the opportunity to do something like that will pick up that vibe. And that is also the collective consciousness. That is the things that live around us. That's what I call, just pulling a story out of your ass. That's not something that just comes out of nowhere. No, that's a collective consciousness thing, because that's not an easy decision to make. Let's put up a bill and abolish the IRS. I mean, you didn't just wake up and then go, let's get rid of it. No, that's something that builds up. So when you have these small thoughts and these small ideas, it's just wonderful to marinate those and imagine a world where things are different. Because if you can imagine it, it can be reality. And that's just something that I wanted you guys to pick up, because what you can do may look small, but it can make a vast difference in the world. So don't be afraid to operate in this 3D reality and maybe appear menial, because your thoughts, your ideas, and your way of looking at the world can actually change something. And these feelings, these ideas, they pop up in your head, and just let them evolve. And they might lead to something very beautiful. I'm just saying, you have a lot of power. You're not even closely aware of how powerful a single human being is. So just accept that things are the way they are right now, because they can do whatever they want. But if you, in your mind and in your heart, exclude it from your world, the things you don't want, then you'll get the ideas for what you do want. So this was the first episode of Changing Your Perspective. I hope you guys will log on for part 2, which is not going to be about you, but about them. Who are they? All right. Thank you for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye.